We should get to the football. It's been a pretty busy day, hence our later record today. We thought we'd wait till the end of the transfer deadline. And although some deals are yet to be confirmed, some have been confirmed, others seem they will be done. We'll start with the Canadians, shall we? Kyle Larin, it seems, is off to Feyenoord. I think that one might be official now. I'm not entirely sure. The other is Derek Cornelius to Rangers. I haven't seen anything official on the Rangers. Sorry, I hate that. On Rangers website just yet. But it seems that is going to happen. Craig, all right. So if you're Kyle Larin or you're Derek Cornelius, who's happier today, given their moves?
Well, honestly, I'm a little disappointed with Cornelius, only from the fact that I rate him very highly, and how it now doesn't seem to have worked in France. Top player, I think, but there's obviously something there that is not taking him liking to the manager or whatever, so a move to Rangers is a big downgrade.
Because of the leagues, right? The club itself is massive.
But, the club itself is massive, yeah, but the league is, I think it's ranked behind Cyprus.
Are you serious about that? Is it?
Maybe coefficient. It might be.
It's let's not kid ourselves. It's not good at the point. I don't know what the solution there is for the Scottish Premier League. And Rangers as well are in a mess this year. Russell Martin's already on the hot seat. They drew Celtic yesterday 0-0, but they're going to be looking up at Celtic and who knows who else for much of this season. But maybe they can turn it around. They have spent some money this deadline. They brought some players in, but from Derek's standpoint, it's a weird one, isn't it, Craig? Because last year he played a lot of minutes for Marseille. I thought played pretty well. He got a couple of red cards. But this year, from the off, it seems to be a gong show at Marseille under Roberto De Zerbi. It seems toxic. I know they're trying to, if not already, they've moved out Adrien Rabiot after a brutal fight in the room with a teammate. So there's problems there. It's probably good to get out of that situation.
Yeah.
And he will get minutes at Rangers. And as a footballer in a World Cup year, even though I think he's pretty much guaranteed to start anyway, given the depth at centre back for Canada, it is about minutes, isn't it? Not just guarantee those playing minutes and wherever that is.
Yeah. From a Canadian standpoint, playing for our national team, it would be absolutely about minutes. But I mean, obviously, whoever's in charge is looking at the standard of the league and whatnot, but he's a shoe-in for our national team. So yeah, playing regularly would be most important thing. But I just think I thought he was at least to the French standard, and I thought that he would stay at that standard. So
I was we're not always ones at Footy Prime to have the inside ear and be insiders. But I did hear some things about Derek Cornelius, and I heard that in the dressing room, he took his jersey off and he looked like this. And so that was one of the reasons why they moved him to Rangers.
It's going to be a recurring theme, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah. Again, for those listening, it's another picture of me in a very tight shirt. The button's about to burst. I have seen Derek recently, as far as the last few months, without a shirt at training. He looks nothing like me.
60 years from now, he might look like that, but
maybe
maybe not even then. So.
Maybe, I'm pretty sure.
I did ask Sharms, so everybody knows. I did ask Sharms if he cared, and he said I don't, and I said I was going to do it anyways, just so you know. Yeah,
like I say, it's inspiration for me. Picture. This is something that now I know that despite feeling pretty good, I don't look very good. That is the before. And let's revisit this in a few months' time and the after. That shirt I will fit. I will fit that shirt at some point. I might need to get a terrible disease where I wither away, but I will fit that shirt at some point.
You'll be cremated. You'll be in a vase on my shelf.
No, in the funeral, in the open casket at the wake.
Oh, that would be great. That would be a good way to go out. I would appreciate that.
You would be the last laugh, right?
Poor Tony will be crying over top of you, and then all of a sudden, bing, she gets hit in the face with a button.
I came out yesterday wearing that shirt, saying, so what do you think? Is it a bit tight? And she's still laughing about it.
Hardest thing a corner ever did was get a shirt on Sharman.
Stiff and fat. Jesus.
The only thing on your body that's described as stiff and fat.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Derek Cornelius and Rangers. So yeah, like I said, it hasn't been confirmed as far as I know just yet, but it seems that's going to be the move for him, and that means minutes. So good for him. Like I said, getting out of Marseille is probably not the worst thing in the world. As for Carl Laren, Feyenoord seems like a good fit. Craig, don't you think? Feyenoord's played,
absolutely.
I think 3-0 the start of the season. It's a very, very strong league, and he just wasn't getting any minutes at Mallorca.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's a good move for him. That's a good club to be at. Great
Well,
experience.
Kreger and Sharms, is it about pre-World Cup? Is it about playing time? Like it's about the competition, but you need to be fit every one of these international windows, Craig Sharms, to make a impression on Jesse Marsh. Is that kind of like, I want to be coming in fit, and if it's about me playing versus me sitting on a bench with a better club pre-World Cup that you've already qualified, I would say like my eyes on that ball of starting and wanting to start every game.
You want to be noticed. You want to be noticed for sure. And you got to be playing to do that with the national team. And then now on, everybody's on injury watch too, because we're in that within a year. There's going to be people that do pick up injuries. I just hope there's nothing serious.
Well, Jesse on our very show was talking about Kyle and how he needs to get back to his best, back on form. And you don't get that sitting on the bench, not playing. So I don't think Jesse Marsh needs to learn anything about Kyle Laren. He knows all about that player. He likes that player a lot. And I think if Kyle Laren finds his form, he's probably going to still start at the World Cup. We'll see what Promise David does. He's scoring goals once again, 2 goals in 3 games, coming off the bench in a couple of those games. So, I mean, we'll see. There's a long way to go. But Jesse Marsh knows Laren. He doesn't need to prove himself to Marsh other than fitness and form.
Fitness and banging goals in.
Yeah. But Feyenoord's a good team, right? I'm not sure he's going to get starting minutes straight away. He's going to have to earn those minutes.
Well, that's right, too. Yeah. He's going to have competition, just like for the national team.
That's where it's interesting with Tani Aloache. He goes, was it Friday or Saturday? He made the move to Villarreal. Great move for him, I think. Showing once again how players, that the allure of Europe is so great for MLS players. And okay, maybe he has to earn his spot there. They sold 3 attacking players this past summer, including Barry to Everton, which you think he's a natural replacement there. But then right at the deadline, Villarreal, they sign this Georgios Mikatats. I know where he's from. He's Georgian. Don't ask me where he's from.
How's that song go?
Yeah. Would you rather try and Mika, Mikautadze from Lyon? He scored like almost 20 goals last year. He's a 24-year-old young player, and 35 million euros. So suddenly, Tani Aloache has another potential block in his way to the first 2 minutes, which maybe he'll get it regardless. I'm not saying he won't, but that's interesting. He's playing every week in MLS, Craig, with Minnesota. That might not be the case in Spain, but it's a big jump up in level. It's still worth it for a 24-year-old, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of competition. I mean, there's very few players we could talk about that are shoo-ins for their club. I mean, that goes for everybody. There's very few players worldwide that are shoo-ins. You know, work your way into it and then hold that position. You'll get his opportunities. Yeah, I think it's a very good move then, and a massive standard jump. Can he manage it?
Well, his mate could, Tejan, right? So he's obviously speaking to him.
That'll be a big help being in the same place. Yeah, it's a big help. When I was lucky that Frank Yallop was at Ipswich already. When I went over there, he had made his debut. I think, the end of the last season, Everton. He played the last game was his debut. I knew Frankie throughout, and he was massive help for me, sort of jumping into that sort of different cultural things that are a big part of it. At least they spoke English in England. Well, most of the time.
Kind of.
Yeah,
So-
if you can understand it.
Did you know Frank? You knew Frank before you went over there?
I did.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you speak to him before joining? Did you speak to him? Like, ask
I
him
did
what-
actually. I did some. We decided to go for a run, like a little preseason, before I even went over. So we went over. I think we were in New Westminster, BC, and we ended up at this school. And we went for a long run. Then we're doing stair climbs, and I was absolutely fooked. Like I was like, what is going on? Like this. And he was like a machine and really, really fast. Like one of the fastest guys at the club. So I was worried right out of the gate.
You're a goalkeeper.
Well, that's what I was thinking. But but you always had to do all the training in preseason. They always had us doing running until probably the last couple years at West Ham. The last 3 years at West Ham, I would say that we would do an entirely different training schedule in the scheme. But back then, go for a 12K run, you're going with them.
Right.
Long runs all the time, yeah, and hill climbs and all sorts of everything the out players did, we did. And the problem with West Ham was Ludic McCloskey, Czech guy, 6'5", same height, like he's like the honey monster, like he's just a massive man, and he was always at the front of the pack with the out players. And there's me and Shaka hanging around in the back, Stephen Bywater, 22-year-old, like. We don't need to be at the front.
What about the
so
goalkeeping
Ludo, we
union?
were like, Ludo, you got to no, stay back here. It's okay.
But he couldn't. His competitive spirit wouldn't allow it.
Incredible runner. Like, and they used to, if kids came in and they were just coming in, doing some training and going to try out, and they'd be like, yeah, go for a little run with Ludo. Big goalkeeper. He's injured at the moment. Go for a little jog with him. Anyway, he'll lap him around the training ground, like actually go around and lap these kids. And they're just like, what are you doing? And they just slaughter these young lads. This Ludo he's a goalkeeper. Look at him. It's just,
you do find that, right? You do find that though nowadays. Every now and again, you see match stats and you see the goalkeepers run more than some center forward who's out on an island up top. And the keepers actually run more kilometers and have more touches than the actual outfield player. That's pretty embarrassing. But the game's changed, I guess, in that regard.
yeah, I guess.
By the way, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Sorry, Wonger, Emi Martinez was supposed to be going to Man United today, right? And it's all fallen through at the last minute.
That doesn't surprise me somehow with him. Like it's just.
But I mean, yeah. By all reports, it wasn't great the way he was dealing with Villa, and he's trying to engineer this move to Manchester United, who can't organize a piss up in a brewery themselves. So they miss out on the goalkeeper. And now he's got to go back there with his head between his tail between his legs.
It's so bad.
Just not great.
We were talking. I wanted to talk just real quickly. Last week, it says 5 days ago, it said on this day on Twitter in 1988, 20-year-old Craig Forrest makes his Ipswich debut at Stoke City in a 1-1 draw. And that was shared from our retro ITFC friends. But there's pictures of Craiger all over here as a young little.
I know he certainly didn't pick the best pictures. Look at my wig.
Look at that, man. You must weigh 120 pounds there.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
How heavy were you?
As fat as I am now.
That shirt was tighter than yours. Honestly, it was those shirts back in the day. It was I remember they hadn't got their new ones in yet. And Paul Cooper, he was a shorter guy, but he was a bit tubby. So by the end of the season, these cotton goalkeeper jerseys were shrunk because they'd wash them in the hottest water, dry them in the hottest dryer, and they would just shrink. Like
would his belly be hanging out? Like would his belly be hanging out a little bit?
Pretty much, yeah, a little bit.
God.
You do see that when you see old videos of the 80s. Often the keepers are a little bit pudgy compared to nowadays. Neville Southall being the one that stands out, I suppose, the old Everton legend. What a player he was. But
when he was playing, he was obviously looked different than he does now.
Well, but even end of his career though, he was. But Peter Shilton, brilliant, right? But if you look at the way he's built compared to keepers nowadays, he's very different. They were, they were those like
Phil
Forrest
Park,
who
big Phil Parks at West Ham.
Right.
He was a big lad.
Yeah.
Neville Southall was a fantastic goalkeeper as well.
Was it the same for you growing up when you play football? Like you always put the fat kid in goal? That's how it always was growing up.
Because they covered the most of the
I think that's why. Yeah.
It's just logistics.
Yeah, it makes sense. Logistics or physics?
That's what I meant.
Same thing. But that's what it used to be. I think now you need the athletic kid to go in goal.
Well, you'd think so.
Yeah, maybe, I mean, I'm not a kid. If you have a kid that plays pickup football, and I hope they do, because I hope that still is a thing on the streets of Canada, in the streets of England, and wherever you still have pickup footy with your mates. Does a big kid still go in goal? That's what I want to know. Why has it changed?
Yeah. I don't think they play as much as they used to in the streets. Well, they do in South America.
Yeah.
They can't afford PlayStation, so they actually get out and play.
So
I drive around Toronto and I see signs, slow down, kids at play. I haven't seen one kid playing.
Yeah, there's not a lot of kids playing.
It would surprise the hell out of me if I saw a kid run across the street chasing a ball.
So true. There's a school park just up the road from me, and it's a beautiful park, goalposts, baseball diamond. I'm there all the time with my dogs, shitting all over it. And maybe this is why, but you never see kids out there playing sport.
You know what, Sharms, you should be careful because I know you have like a 500-yard, like you're not allowed to get 500 yards to a school, so just be careful.
Since the incident.
Exactly.
Just a misunderstanding.
Be safe, my friend.
I was wearing that shirt and something terrible happened.
That's right.
Yeah, you would be arrested wearing that shirt.
You would be, yeah.
Just wearing it.
But kids just don't. Oh, there it is again. Christ, I just hate myself more and more. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just where I live. I don't know. Maybe it's the truth that kids are inside on their phones more.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have been too. Let's be honest. If there were iPhones and Xboxes when we were that age, we'd probably be inside more, don't you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I think our parents didn't like us as much back then.
Yeah.
We were like not, there's comedians saying we weren't allowed in the home. We weren't allowed in the home. Like we were told to get out of the house all the time.
Yeah.
At least in my house. But I also grew up with there were three boys punching each other. We were like the Wongs and the Brennans would have gotten along great and like set fires to people,
Well, there's organized sports, lots of organized sports that cost money, and some people can't afford that. And kids used to go make your own fun, go make your own games up.
Poke each other in the eye with sticks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Other transfers today, Canadian-wise, Jamie Knight-Labelle has gone on loan to Swindon from his loan spell in Bristol City. Again, it's minutes, so good for him. Theo Bair's gone to Lausanne from Auxerre. He's trying to get some minutes to get back into the reckoning for Canada. I think that's it for Canada this weekend, as far as I know anyway. Maybe something else pops up.
That's incredible. Like when we talk about the number of players, Canadian players that are moving around, all over Europe, all around the world. It really is quite something. I mean, there have been years you've been doing, let's do a Canadian transfer update. Okay, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Craig Forrest is still at Ipswich.
Yes.
There might be players released and without.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's what it was. But
I think one of our the biggest clubs that we ever had was probably Unattached FC.
Yeah, it was at one point. I remember a squad coming out. This is a few years ago now, obviously, and the club with the most was Unattached. Really sad. Come a long way.
Craig, sorry. When was I mean, a big thing in the UK is inventive and creative headlines. When you got when you were moved from Ipswich to West Ham, did they say Craig Forrest Ipswich clubs?
No, they said run Forrest run.
That's pretty good too. I like the Ipswich one though. There could be some more Canadians coming through Ipswich at some point. It's been a few over the years, right?
Oh man, yeah.
Jamie Peters was the most recent one, I think. Has there been someone since? Trying to think.
Jason DeVos, obviously.
Oh yeah, Jason DeVos.
Myself. Missing one? Oh, Bruce Twomley back in the day.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think there can't be another club in Europe that's had more Canadian players than Ipswich.
No. Well, I have to admit, I'm a little, obviously being biased towards the Prem. I really want to see a Canadian in the Prem once again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jefferson's on loan right now. Preston North End. He started again on the weekend, but maybe he gets recalled to Bournemouth at some point. But I'd love to see that. We'll have to settle for the Serie A and La Liga, I guess. Bundesliga. Should be happy with that.
I think from a Canadian standpoint, an audience standpoint, as we know, the Premier League rights go for millions of dollars here. The other leagues are, from a viewing standpoint, are way down the list. Serie A, Bundesliga, La Liga, it's all the same, unless the big guns are playing. But a consistent good number for a league from foreign places is the Premier League, and they'll pay for it. So missing out on that exposure, I guess.
It's official. Alex Isak is a member of Liverpool, having forced his way out.
Boo.
And then, but here's the, on the other side of things, Mark Gehi, who was on the brink of joining Liverpool, who did it all the right way, said, listen, I want to go there, yes. However, I will stay at Palace if I have to, and didn't quit, didn't go on strike, kept playing. In fact, he started this past weekend. He almost got there at the last second. Another transfer fell through for a centre-back at Palace, so they reneged on that deal, as far as we know. And he is now playing Oliver Gazner. Apparently, Craig said, I'll quit, I'll leave if he leaves and goes to Liverpool. I need my centre back. It just shows that if you do things the right way, you get screwed over, doesn't it? Be a dick and you get what you want.
Right. Well, yeah, squeaky wheel, but the way Isaac dealt with that, I mean, honestly, that's not good. You don't want to, if there's a club in England you don't want to piss off, it's Newcastle. There's a few out there. I mean, West Ham's another one. I mean, remember back in the day when the Int'l left and went to Manchester United. I mean, they hated him forever. Every single game he come back, they'd hate him. But like to this day, that cannot be nice. But some people don't care.
Sharms, are you opening your arms right now? Or are you feeling a little dirty?
Oh no, a little bit dirty. I'm a little bit dirty for sure. But I mean, a couple of goals, and that'll soon change.
You and Dubs and we've had. God, who else? There's so many Liverpool fans that we've had.
And by the way, a club that would never, they'd be selling somebody for that. Now all of a sudden they're buying players for over 100 million.
125 million. This deal is pounds.
No, they didn't spend shit last year, did they?
They didn't.
Very little.
Even with the sales this year, they actually, I mean, they're spending a lot of money, obviously, but it isn't crazy amounts compared to other seasons.
No, and I think really when they balance it out because of the financial fair play, not spending last year is obviously going to help them in that manner as well. And they did. They picked up a lot of money. So
I mean, it's a perfect storm, right? They didn't spend last year and they won the league. So it's a nice place to be. Now, I would feel dirtier if it wasn't for the case that Wissa has now officially joined Newcastle from Brentford, who is doing the same thing pretty much as he's coming out saying, I want out. I was promised things last year. I refused to play. So every club does it, but it's still it doesn't sit well with me in seriousness.
I don't mind it.
Mid-contract?
I don't mind it.
You sign a big deal?
I just sit there and I go, these guys, I used to be a big loyalty guy, but in the broadcast realm, in the football realm, all of these corporations, because that's what they are. They're not clubs. They are not companies. They are corporations who will throw you about and move you along as per their benefit. Nothing to do with you. So if Isak can do his thing out of Newcastle and crush at Liverpool, good for him. Make your money any way you can. And if Newcastle hates him for it, you know what? That's great marketing for Newcastle to get every one of their haters to the pitch when Liverpool plays them, right?
They played them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and they'll play them one. Yeah, okay, but they'll play on their away game. Yeah, at Anfield, they'll be the biggest haters.
Yeah,
and that's
everybody
fine.
is. It's a good point. It's a good point.
You know?
And I do understand that there is zero loyalty. Absolutely
It
zero.
doesn't make it right, though, does it?
But you could do it the right way, in a manner that.
What's the right way if you want to get out and they don't want to trade you?
Yeah, I don't get how Newcastle. Well, it's not like they can't afford him.
They can definitely
Bigger.
afford him.
Yeah,
Yeah, although
definitely
I mean
afford him,
they are
but,
kind of handcuffed somewhat with PSR, but not
Yes.
terribly.
That's why they
Well,
can
that's
afford them.
Gainesville Mafia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But,
he's a
they
good
have got
one.
money. They could have kept him. They could have given him a new deal, right? But he set
Mhm.
his heart on Liverpool for whatever reason. But I mean, where does it end? The contracts mean anything at all anymore? If you want
Not
out, you just
really.
refuse to play. So
Yeah.
what's the point? Anything.
Well, you might. I mean, he could do it to Liverpool when Real Madrid come knocking one day.
Well, didn't Suarez do it to them when he went to Barcelona? Pretty much the same
There,
thing.
there was a bit of pressure there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Speaking of,
Speaking
of, he's
that was
back
in the
news,
dark
isn't he, old
web.
Luis Suarez.
Oh.
he's gone from nibbling to spitting. Awesome.
Yeah. Inter Miami gets smashed by Seattle in the League's Cup final. And there's all these post-match shenanigans, punches being thrown, and then old Luis Hoxalugi, right, at the, was he the security director or whoever the hell he was?
Yeah, he was just a staff member, wasn't he, or something? I don't know how.
Yeah, I think it's security, some kind of, whoever he was, staff member. Suarez has been banned 3 times for biting in his career. 3 times, once for a racial slur. And now he spits. It's kind of the hat trick, the trifecta.
Trifecta.
You got the bite, you got the slur, and now you got the spit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They have to come down hard on them, don't they?
Oh, I certainly hope so. I hope so. I mean, it wasn't an MLS game. It was a League's Cup final.
So who's got the who's in charge of the
great
sanctions?
question.
MLS organized this tournament.
Yeah,
Garber's been talking about this tournament, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's MLS.
Yeah, but I mean, he's also he's tarnished the look of Major League Soccer, so that's got to be something there that Don Garber could easily give him what there were 3 games plus. Like, apparently it's happened once or twice in MLS before, and there was only another game added on, game or 2, which really surprises me, because that's got to be the worst.
So what is fair punishment, and what will they give him? That's what I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you think they'll give him, and what would you do as fair punishment?
Well, it's Miami for starters.
You give him 6 or 8 games, and he'd probably like that, because he.
It would be the worst thing, would it?
Make him play. Make him play.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, how many games left in the season? 8?
Around there, rest of the regular season.
8
You
or
do
9.
that.
It's going to be
nice and
pretty
fresh.
I think that's what they'll do. They'll hammer him that he'll basically be unavailable till maybe the last game of the regular season, something like that.
Comes in fresh, like knees are feeling great, just in time for the playoffs. Perfect.
Yeah, that doesn't do it for me. I think corporal punishment. I think he needs a punch in the face. Like, a punch in the face would be fair. A straight on punch, like a loogie, is assault, right? Like, think about it.
Yeah,
that would be assault in the street, right? Yeah. So if they're not going to bring in the authorities on a penalize that on, hey, you're going to spend a week in the clink or a fine, and you're canceled for the rest of the season, you get like 5 punches in the face or something like that.
Are you one of these, Wonger, who thinks that hocking a loogie is worse than punching someone in the face?
I am, because it shows because with the reach, it's a disrespect, because you can spit further than you can punch somebody, right? And that means you're doing it out of there's a level of lack of courage and cowardice. Yes. Yeah, so Luis Suarez, you're a coward.
Loogie Suarez.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Loogie Suarez, 100%. That's a good
one.
I hope
he called the cannibal of Ajax or something.
Yeah, when he first got done for biting.
Yeah,
something like that, wasn't it?
But see, even biting's better than spitting, because biting means the guy's right beside you, and the reaction you can punch the guy in the face or elbow him if he's biting you. Like you're close by. Spitting could be a guy like across a bus out
Unless
a
you're Mike
window,
Tyson,
right?
Mike Tyson, he couldn't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
All he feels spitting his ear out.
That was
You mean Holyfield?
Yeah, Holyfield, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like I guess the when you with the bite, I'm not condoning biting for starters, but in those occasions, be it Tyson or Suarez, the mist descends upon them, right? Maybe it's probably the same. I guess it'd be the same for spitting. The mist descends and they lose all
it's not
control.
the
I'm
same.
not condoning it. I think it's appalling, but I get you saying the level of cowardice with the spit.
Yes, the spit is worse for me. Anybody out there, please leave your comments. Spitting or biting or a punch.
Central and South American players were renowned for it. So it's in the back of their head. They're thinking about it. It's there somewhere. And when the red mist comes over them, they're thinking about what they've done before, what they've seen. It's part of what you get down there, unfortunately.
Don't dismiss the Germans either, Craig. Rudi Völler, remember that spit? The World Cup was it?
Rudi
World Cup was it
Völler,
Euro? He was one of the most famous
and then Patrick Vieira spat on Neil Ruddock at West Ham.
Yeah, well, that's a good one.
Oh God,
Neil liked that. Razor liked that one.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Tell us the story, Craig. Some people may not have heard it.
It was a big. It wasn't like Suarez. It was a little subtle one. It was like a real horker, like end over ender, right? He takes it right in the movie. And then,
what's the movie mean?
In the face,
right?
And he rubs off this big huge booger, and he's like, and he licks it. And he goes, "Did you have garlic last night?"
So disgusting.
What a legend!
It's so disgusting.
He's so disgusting. You're a fucking legend.
I guess that is though how you respond. That is the
correct. I mean, that's it. When the red cards come out, right, and he's like, he's getting off, like, and that really pissed off here. He was throwing punches in there, like, and Ruddock was just standing there laughing his head off. Yeah, he was happy that he got. I got him to spit at me. Perfect. They're down a man.
Jesus Christ. I'm looking elsewhere. United have got a goalkeeper.
Some swallow.
Sorry. Where is this? United have got a goalkeeper. I don't know who he is. I know nothing about him. Anyway, that's not important because people aren't listening to this podcast for that.
What, Onana?
Jeez.
Well, no, he's obviously been replaced. They spent 20 million on this guy. So, anyway,
they got paid a lot of money though, with Onana. I mean,
yeah.
He's making a fortune. He's making millions.
What happened there? He was good at Inter Milan. I think.
I think
have been good at Inter Milan.
Over a stretch, he was. Yeah. He was decent for sure, and then they took a gamble on him. But playing for United is a different thing.
I don't want to be a dick, but did Onana gain some weight? He looks a little slow out there.
Does he? Sen Lamans has joined Manchester United from Royal Antwerp for £18.2 million. There'll be a lot of experts out there who know all about this guy.
Yeah,
you won't find him.
How big is he? I bet he's a 6'4". I'm going to say at least.
He's sitting down at the pitch here, but he's got that kind of. He looks big. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's a transfer deadline. Exciting. We might know more by tomorrow. Some of these deals going to slide through late. We'll see what happens with Canada in particular. But Canada's playing later this week against Romania and then Wales. So we'll be covering that all week long. We hope to actually have a guest on tomorrow. Not confirmed just yet.
Yes.
Two guests. Is it confirmed?
Yes. We have confirmed Joel Waterman will be joining us tomorrow. So please listen up. Thank you from the Canada men's national team for making him available for Footy Prime. Thank you.
Just been traded to Chicago, so been quite a week or so for
Chicago?
Waterman. Yeah, Chicago, wasn't it? Yeah,
I thought it was Cincinnati for some reason, but no.
I think it's Chicago.
We'll
do our research before tomorrow's show.
Yeah,
but Joel is he's my favorite Canadian player story because he played CIS, he played CPL, he played MLS. and he keeps moving up, right? Like that was what I found very interesting about him.
And I'm yet to actually ever interview him, but I understand he's a really good interview. So, no pressure, Joel. But Dub speaks highly of you.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if it was a fart in church with Joel? He's just like, deadpan, no sense of humor.
Well, Craig, he was obviously with Calgary, right, for some time, from the foothills to cavalry under Tommy Wilden Jr. So we'll get some Tommy stories.
I know,
hopefully.
he just keeps making steps up and up and up, and people really like
really
him.
cool story.
It is a good story. Good story. And good for the CPL too, really. I mean,
good for Canada soccer that you can actually have a homegrown guy that is wanted in the MLS. That is necessary. That's what's important, right?
There's a few of them now, right? More and more, you're seeing it. Remember Lucas Monoton? He's playing quite a bit in MLS as well.
Yeah.
There's others. Hey, Craig, Prem, I want to quickly touch on the Prem from this past weekend. Not to focus on Liverpool, and I upset everyone there. He's so biased. But the goal by Zoboslai, the free kick.
What's his name? I couldn't understand his name. Say
Dominic
it
again.
Zoboslai.
Although, honestly, you do hear it pronounced so many different ways.
I know. That was my problem with it. Okay.
But I think on the YouTube video, when Neil read the names out, he says Zoboslai.
Okay, thank you.
Regardless, that free kick, even David Raya was like, what a kick. He actually kind of mentioned the ball, the new ball this year. It's no longer the Nike ball, being a bit of a factor. Love those excuses.
Raya did he?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Outright. He said, listen, it was an incredible kick.
It is. Yeah. And it was. And Raya actually, if you look at his adjustment, he actually got a bit of a jump on it. Like he moved to the right. It wasn't his body was perfectly balanced. He was in great shape, but the power and the whip and everything else on it was, it was like, nah, nothing you can do about that. But I have noticed on a couple other things, a couple of shots that I didn't know that this was potentially a concern for goalkeepers. The manufacturers of the ball are doing exactly what they're trying to do with it. They're trying to make these things move more and more all the time, but also being able to, they have made balls in the past. Like I remember the Azteca and all that. It was really light. So the players had a hell of a time adjusting to it because it was like hitting a beach ball. So you got to be able, they want to make them live. They want to be able to make them spin and be able to curve them more and more, but with some control. And it'll be interesting to see if the players like it. Obviously, you can hit free kicks like that. Well,
same for
it
everyone.
Could be a problem. Oh, yeah, and a couple move too. I've seen a couple like moving where goalkeepers have had a bit of an issue with the knuckle.
We want more goals, don't we, Craig? Isn't it? The harder it is for the goalkeeper, the better for the good of the game.
Yeah, and they got to change the offside rule. Like they got to change that.
Oh, the VAR. Wait a second.
Oh,
before we end, what was that VAR call?
The Josh King disallowed goal for Fulham against Chelsea.
Oh,
the kid's first goal. Oh, what a goal it would have been.
What a goal.
Great goal.
And they're
what a goal.
VAR saying, nope, there was you had your foot stumped.
From 17 minutes ago.
Back. Yeah.
From like the opening kickoff.
They've got it all wrong over there. Yeah.
So Wonger came up with something, just so you know, Sharms.
I thank you.
Kreger and I were talking about this, and I said what they need to do because Chelsea didn't even notice it. So this shouldn't be some VAR referee up in the office. It should be a challenge by Chelsea to say, please review this. If they didn't see it, then it's a goal.
And review the exact incident.
Yes. And
but won't that delay the game even more, though?
It doesn't. But it's so important that these calls are right because there's only 2 or 3 goals a game, most of the game. I don't know what the average is.
So in other sports, when they have a coach's challenge, if the coach is incorrect, they get punished.
Lose. Yes, you lose that challenge. I don't know how they get punished yet, but I say it's not up to the VAR referee, the VAR official up in the boondocks with his I Spy, with his binoculars on.
The same outcome would have happened. So Chelsea say, we want to challenge that. Then they go to VAR and they look at it and they gave it a foul. Which
fair. But Chelsea should have been what we were talking about. Chelsea didn't even notice it happened. That's my point.
No, I don't think anybody noticed it. Really.
Right?
Well, how about the referees just grow a pair of balls and say,
yes,
I hear you, but you're wrong. I'm staying with my call.
He should have.
How about that?
Yeah.
It was a horrible call. The guy needed to put his foot down.
slow it right down too. It's like, oh my God, like it looks completely different.
Yeah.
In full speed. Yeah, I don't know.
So I said take some from, like, if you're going to use VAR, I think it's been good most of the time, but I would argue that they have to tweak it into a challenge of VAR.
It's not a bad idea.
Not just throwing it out willy-nilly that some eye in the sky, some referee who hasn't been seen enough or heard from enough feels like engaging, right? Because sometimes these guys have egos too, and they go, I haven't made a call in 4 weeks. What am I doing here?
Well, but on playing devil's advocate to that, what if they
don't do that? Don't do that.
They notice something that's clear and obvious that the referees missed.
Yeah, but that wasn't clear or obvious.
That's it, though. Clear and obvious. That's the problem. It's so subjective. That was not clear and obvious. No matter how many times you watch it, no matter what speed you watch it in, it's not clear and obvious. Right? It's a contact sport. People get trodden on all the time.
Yeah.
Not only that, Sharms, remember, he had the ball and he was just doing a turn. Yeah. He had control of the ball and the other guy just put his foot underneath him. It was a football play. It wasn't a clear and obvious foul.
Yeah.
Which it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my diatribe.
Well, maybe the punishment if you get it wrong, if the coach gets it wrong on the Wonger system, is you get spit in the face.
I was going to say we break. We fly Suarez over. You want to slow the game down? We fly him over. We stop the game for that long, wherever he is. If it's in Uruguay.
Well, sometimes these VAR calls take that long. Anyway.
That's my point. We just fly him over.
You know, you have to bring in the executioner, the guy in the big black hood. Let's be kind of like that, but with
wrestling,
big circle.
Pull it off, and it's Suarez.
It's Suarez. This guy limping towards the field, in this big kind of mask with an open mouth. See it now. All right. Anyway, it's Footy Prime. We're back tomorrow, as mentioned. We're talking more Canada. Big week coming up for Jesse Marsh and company, and maybe some other deals come through. Maybe Derek Cornelius doesn't join Rangers, and it's not official, and it falls apart like Mark Gahey at Liverpool, and much to Palace fans' happiness. But we'll find out. JC, Wonger, Prager, thank you so much. We'll chat again real soon. Bye-bye.